Top doctors in the country are out with an unusual warning tonight about those new street lights that we're seeing more and more of. Andrea Borba on the concern the lights could be giving off an unhealthy glow.
These LED street lamps going up all over the Bay Area and the country were hailed as the wave of the future. Energy efficient, brighter. American Medical Association says the technological lighting advances are bad for your health. Dr. Khalid Kushida is the medical director at Stanford Sleep Medicine Center. He says blue lights everywhere could turn us into a nation of sleepless zombies.
And the way it affects sleep is that it suppresses melatonin secretion. And the melatonin is important because it's one of the key hormones for helping to initiate sleep.
You may have seen them lately on your evening commute. Street lights across the state that are glowing blue. The Iowa DOT says it's an issue they are aware of. Highway lighting standards require the lights to be a white or neutral color. A coating on the lights that makes them that neutral color is flaking off, causing the blue of the LEDs to shine through. The DOT says they are working to replace the faulty lights.
Charlotte's street lights are giving new meaning to the term purple haze. You may have noticed it yourself, maybe driving around the Queen City at night. Some street lights are actually purple. Fox 46's Brett Baldock is live along Moorhead Street with the answer into why this is happening. It's not on purpose, is it, Brett?
It's not. Good morning, Jason. So we did find some of these purple lights this morning here on West Moorhead Street, right in front of the Arlo Apartments. It's getting a little bit brighter, but you can see they do have a little bit of a blue purplish tint to them. As we mentioned, they're not supposed to be like this, so we reached out to Duke Energy and they explained what is happening. The Queen City is lit by thousands of streetlights, which are maintained by Duke Energy. Within the past few years, some lights have been upgraded to a more energy-efficient LED version, like these that give off a slightly blue or clear color. Some are still the old model and appear orange. But then there are these lights, giving off a purple tint. A quick Google search claims purple LEDs are good for the skin, but why should that matter when you're driving?
No clue. It's just really strange.
According to Duke Energy, these purple lights are a defect. The manufacturer of the LEDs say the defect gradually causes the lights to turn purple. Right now, the issue affects several thousand lights across central and western North Carolina. Duke Energy leaders say that accounts for about 1.4% of all LED streetlights. And now that people know they're considered rare, spotting a purple light is turning into a competition.
If you notice purple streetlights near your house, it's not for some holiday decorations. Streetlights all across the country are purple tonight because of a manufacturing error, which involves a chemical compound not mixing properly. Jeff Greenwood is the media relations manager at Mid-American Energy, and he says he doesn't know of exactly how many of these lights are in Siouxland, but that people are not in danger.
What's most important to note is this is not a safety issue. It's simply a color issue involving the lights ending up to be purple. They're supposed to be white.
The city of Sioux City and Mid-American Energy again asking people to report these purple street lights if they see them. We do have a link up on our website, SiouxlandProud.com, for the reporting of these defective lights.
Drivers across the region are wondering, what is it with those street lights? Thousands of them are purple, and the word from the state is they are defective. Metro News investigative reporter Greg Fox first brought us details on this problem a year ago and explains that problem is even bigger now.
Local drivers are seeing purple streetlights where you'd expect to see white or yellow illuminating streets and highways. WESH 2 Investigates first brought you this story a year ago as the State Department of Transportation started getting reports of purple lights in Seminole and Volusia counties along I-4 and I-95. Now you can see scores of them along John Young Parkway in Orange County. The DOT says the lights are defective but not unsafe.
They're just as safe to have the purple light as to have the regular light. They are operating as they were intended in terms of safety.
So far, the state has replaced 800 defective streetlights on Central Florida highways, with at least 200 remaining. The timeline is uncertain, though they originally predicted it would be finished last April. The problem is that the bulb or filter on the Autobahn model light heads that are supplied by American Electric Lighting under Acuity brands experience a spectral shift, a color change, caused by phosphorus in the device. A spokesperson for Acuity brands tells us this light output is in no way harmful or unsafe, and we no longer use the light-emitting diodes that cause this spectral shift. We have been proactively working with customers who have been affected by this issue to address and satisfactorily resolve any concerns. The DOT is not the only agency replacing defective streetlights. So are power companies, including the largest in our region, Duke Energy. A spokesperson says this particular issue affects around 2,000 lights in our Florida service territory. We are asking the public to help Duke Energy identify these lights and report it so that we can replace them more quickly. Acuity Brands is covering the cost for replacing the defective purple streetlight.